Today I'm reviewing A Complete Unknown, James Mangold's new biopic that chronicles Bob Dylan's journey to his controversial electric performance at the 1965 Newport Folk Festival. Starring Timothée Chalamet as the enigmatic Dylan, it's a film that dives deep into the artistic struggle of a man who dared to defy expectations, and a film that I personally struggle to watch because I'm fairly certain Timothée Chalamet is the individual who stole the catalytic converter off my 2014 Ford Focus last summer. You see, last August, someone pilfered the catalytic converter from my Focus while it was parked outside my modest ranch home in suburban Toledo. At the time, I chalked it up to opportunistic crime. Yet as I sat in the theater, watching Chalamet's wiry frame stride across the screen with his characteristic aloofness, I was transported back to the grainy security footage from that fateful night. The footage is blurry, sure, but even through the static, those cheekbones and the thick, luscious, effortlessly tousled hair doesn't lie. The film itself is a solid piece of work. Mangold expertly recreates the cultural tension of the mid-1960s, capturing the sharp divide between Dylan's electrified rebellion and the folk scene's puritanical expectations. Chalamet is mesmerizing as Dylan, nailing his nasal croon, his inscrutable stares, and his commitment to confounding everyone around him. Yet, throughout the performance, I couldn't shake the thought, why would Timothée Chalamet, a Hollywood A-lister, stoop to stealing a catalytic converter? And why in Toledo of all places? Was it preparation for a future role? An off-the-cuff escapade during a poorly planned road trip? Or was this, like Dylan's embrace of the electric guitar, Chalamet's way of saying, "I reject your expectations, suburban America"? These questions loomed large as the film unfolded, and I found it difficult to fully immerse myself in Dylan's journey. I kept wondering about what other crimes Chalamet might have committed. Had he also stolen my 8-year-old's bicycle off our front porch last March? The evidence is circumstantial, I admit, but they are roughly the same size and exude a similar aura of mischief. My wife tells me I'm overthinking it, that a man who graces the cover of GQ probably doesn't moonlight as a petty thief in Ohio. But isn't that what makes the greatest actors so compelling? Their ability to vanish into roles, to blur the line between reality and performance. Perhaps Chalamet's method acting has transcended the screen, spilling into the streets of suburban America in a bid to truly embody the chaos of the human experience. As the credits rolled on A Complete Unknown, I couldn't help but feel conflicted. On one hand, the film is a triumph, a masterful blend of period detail and psychological depth, with Chalamet delivering one of the finest performances of his career. On the other hand, my focus has never driven the same since that catalytic converter was ripped out, and while the film title suggests embracing the unknown, I find myself yearning for closure. James Mangold may have crafted a cinematic ode to Dylan's defiant spirit, but my catalytic converter remains an unsolved mystery, and Timothée Chalamet remains, in my mind, a prime suspect. So, my final verdict? A Complete Unknown is a remarkable film, but if Chalamet ever shows up in Toledo again, I recommend he stays the hell away from my driveway. Anyway, I'm Glenn Tubman, and I'll see you at the cinema.